What is going on, guys? Joe Hodge here. Welcome back to another video. Today, as you see by the title of the video, we're going to be talking about things to do to break through plateaus. So let's go into what plateaus are when you're lifting, bodybuilding, whatever. This doesn't just occur to lifting. This could occur to also maybe your run times when you're doing a mile run, or maybe how many push-ups you can do, or plateaus are basically halts in your progress related to something you're doing. Plateaus, it is a term mostly used in association with lifting, with things of that nature, but it can go hand in hand with other things as well. So a plateau, again, is a halt in your progress, or seeing no progress at all lifting is what we're going to talk about today. So say you want to get your bench press up to 225, or with just two 45-pound plates on each side plus the 45-pound bar, or you're going to get up to 315 or 400, however much you're doing. Or, whether it's a plateau in your strength, or whether it's a plateau in seeing results in your body and seeing change in your physique. It could be a plateau in, like I said, how many reps you can do, your strength training, how heavy you're lifting, your body, what your body looks like. You're not seeing any results, you're not seeing any gains or anything like that. So here are some ways to break through a plateau. Number one, the most common thing to do, or the most known thing to do, is to train harder. You're going to want to train harder, which means instead of pushing, say you're doing shoulder press, instead of just pushing that weight up, just very slowly and whatnot, raising it up slowly, you're going to want to power through. You're going to want to push up, you're going to want to lock out, and then you're going to want to just power through that exercise. And you're on the way up, you want to push as hard as you can, and then on the way down, incorporate like 3 seconds of negative downtime. So really hard up, and then 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, push, things of that nature. You want to work out harder. You want to be more intense with your workouts. And how you can do that is to add more weights. So say you usually bench 200 pounds 8 times on the bench press. Now bench 210 pounds as many times as you can. Or, add more weight to your exercises, because if you're doing the same thing, your body recognizes that I'm used to this routine, I've done this before, so you're not going to trick me. Because let's go back to the basis of what muscle building is. You are breaking down muscle fibers while you work out, and your body, as a kind of you call it defense mechanism, says, okay, we see this damage, we know that damage has occurred to this muscle, let's make it a little bit bigger and stronger, let's make the muscle a little bit bigger and stronger, so that next time we're ready for it, so that we don't break down again, and this muscle doesn't get damaged again. So let's rebuild bigger and stronger so we don't get damaged again, is what the basic logic behind lifting is. You lift to put micro tears into your muscle, and you eat protein, you eat good nutritious food to rebuild that muscle bigger and stronger. So that's your body's way of coping with those micro tears, is to get bigger and get stronger so that damage doesn't happen again. That's why you have to lift heavier, so you can keep damaging your muscles with those micro tears. Sorry about the quotes I'm using a lot, but like micro tears, they're tears, and they're very small tears, but don't think it's like you're getting these big gashes inside your muscle, and you're getting these little micro tears inside your muscle as you lift, and your body, as a response to stop that from happening again, fortitudes itself and makes it bigger and stronger so it doesn't happen again. That's why you have to increase your weight. That's why you have to mix up your workouts, so that you constantly are damaging your muscles so that they get bigger and stronger. That's the basis. That is what working out does. That's what lifting weights does. So, say you're stuck on a strength level. Say you're stuck at 225 bench press. You can't add another pound. You can't get any weight above 225 up. You're just stuck. That's a strength lifting. That's the strength level plateau. So to break through strength plateaus is mix up your workouts. That's one piece of advice for any plateau, especially wanting to see results with your body, to see you gain muscle. to break through a visual plateau, seeing muscle put on you, you want to mix up your workouts. That also goes hand in hand with any other plateau. So say you can't add 1 more pound to that 225 bench press. So what you're going to do, you're going to lift insanely hard and fast and dedicate, and you're going to really push that weight up. You're going to have very long negatives on the way down to get that stretch and to get that pump on your muscles. So push up fast and then maybe 3 seconds down slowly and then push up. And you're also going to want to incorporate drop sets if you can. So a drop set, what that is you lift some heavy weight as many times as you can. When you're done with that, you take off like 20% of that weight. You take off some more weight. You do more reps when you can't do any with that. Take off more weight, do some with that, take off more. So you're just doing a lot of repetitions and a lot of sets back to back to back, no rest. So say you're on the bench press, you're doing dumbbell bench presses. You're doing 80-pound dumbbell bench presses. So you do 80 pounds with each hand until you can't no more. You go pick up the 60 pounds. You keep going. You don't rest. Then you pick up the 40. You do that until you can't. And then you do the 20s, maybe even the 10s. That shocks the muscle, and that tells your muscle, you're not getting used to this routine because I'm going to work you to death. So some common tips to break through strength level plateaus and visual plateaus for your body. What you're going to want to do is mix up your workout. Don't be doing the same workout every day. Don't be if you're doing legs that day, don't go squat. Don't do your same routine. Say you squat first, you do lunges, and then you do the leg extension machine. So instead of doing that, mix it up. Do the leg extension machine first, then do squats, then do the lunges, or do totally different new exercises that you've never done before. Or even warm up differently to really get blood flow into that muscle. So do like 100, 200, 300, 400 air squats. Just stand there with the bar like this, or with an imaginary bar, and just do squats with good form, of course. And mix up your workouts. Do different workouts, or do your routine differently, or do different weights, do different amount of sets, do different amount of repetitions, so that you constantly mix up and shock and confuse your muscle, because your muscle adapts to working out. Your muscle adapts to your workout program. If you're doing the same thing every day, then, sorry about the runny nose. I got a really runny nose. If you do the same workout every day, your muscle's going to get used to that. So to confuse your muscle and whatnot, you mix up your workouts. So that's a really effective way of doing that, is to break through. My nose is so runny. Whew. Anyway, so you mix up your workouts, and you are constantly throwing different things at your muscles so that you have the best results possible. So you mix up your repetitions, you mix up what you're doing with your workouts, you mix up how intense you are, you increase your intensity, you're going to break through a plateau. Also, you don't really need one, but this helps to break through strength plateaus and things like that, is to get a spotter, because spotters, when you're doing bench press or whatever, they can help you get extra reps up. So you're doing like 10 of 225 pounds, then your spotter will help you get up an extra 11th or an extra 12th. Sorry again about that runny nose. I know it's pretty gross, but I always have like a nose problem when I wake up, and I don't understand. So, again, for gaining muscle plateaus and for strength level plateaus or any plateaus, you mix up your workouts, you add more weight if possible, you work out more intensely, and let's go to the really important thing that people sometimes overlook, is diet. When you're facing these types of plateaus, diet is critical, because, if you're not getting enough protein, which is the basis of your diet, when you're lifting weights, you need to focus on protein. Like I said in my last video, exposing the fitness industry, you don't need to focus on carbohydrates. You don't need to really focus on fats. They're good for your body. But we're talking about in what pertains to muscle building, you focus on protein. So eat more protein. Now, if you're already eating a gram of protein per pound of body weight, and you've done that since day one, you don't need to add any more protein, because that is the best ratio of your body weight to protein, is 1 gram per pound of body weight. Not lean body weight, which is just muscle. Total body weight. You weigh 215 pounds, you eat 250 grams of protein a day, you're going to gain some muscle. So Is your diet slacking? Are you not working out intense enough? Are you doing the same workout? These are questions that you need to ask yourself. Why am I going through this plateau? Why have I plateaued? And I think everyone will face a plateau in their lifting career or in their lifting, throughout their lifting life. Throughout the years when they lift, you're eventually going to hit a plateau because, you get bored. You might do the same workout. You might not work out as intensely. You might have a bad day. You might sloppily work out. You might not be focused as you should be. And so you hit a plateau. You might not be gaining weight, which is the muscle thing, not gaining muscle, or you can't get any more weight on that bench press or that squat or that curl up. You're stuck and you don't know what to do. So you incorporate, you mix up your workouts. That's a good way to break through a plateau. You eat more if you have to. Eat more calories, but again, it all comes back to protein. So if you're eating enough protein, you're fine. Work out more intensely. Add more weight if you can. And I also find breaking through plateaus, you can also do really light weights to really get that pump. What's good about light weights, this is not really confusing to explain, but it's a bit weird how to word it and whatnot. The more pump you get, I feel like you get better muscle development. Now, that's not always true. What I mean by that is start out your workout with some really light weights, bench press, some curls. Start out with some really light weights so that you get that blood flow and that oxygen into that muscle and it feels more full. So then when you go to lift heavier weights, when you go to lift those weights to break through that plateau, you feel more of that pump because you did those light weights 3-4 sets ago. So I like starting my workouts with really light weights, not only for stretching and for warming up my body, but light weights get a better pump. You're not going to get a really good pump with a 1 max rep bench press. You're not. You get it with like a 20 or a 30 rep bench press. So start out your workout with really, really light weights to get that blood flow and to get that pump so that when you're going to do your heavy stuff, you already have that full feeling in your chest, your shoulders, your triceps, your biceps, whatever, so that then when you're doing those 1 or 2, 3 reps for your heavy training, you feel it more. So I hope you guys liked this video about how to break through a plateau. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. Please forgive me for my runny nose. I can't help it. I'm going to try a different video today, too. So there's another one coming as well. Hope you liked this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.